Our next guest helped to brighten Michael Jackson's life with flowers. Richard Ramey is a local florist whose arrangements could be found at the Neverland Ranch. He's here to share his recollections of the superstar from over the years. Richard, good morning.
Good morning,
tell me about how you felt when you heard the news.
Like everyone else, it was a very big shock, and it was a really big tragedy.
When did you first meet him? How did you get connected with Michael Jackson?
About 10 years ago. One of his daughters is a real good friend of mine, and I was invited for a weekend at Neverland. So that's how it all kind of got started. And through the years, I had another friend that became his manager for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And that was the 2 years that I helped with the flowers at Neverland for parties, and I did some personal things for Michael as well.
Tell me about what he was like. What was it like interacting with him on a very just personal, informal level?
Well, I didn't get to meet Michael many times, but the times that I met, he's a very shy person. And I saw him in 2001 at the reunion concert with his brothers in New York City. And I got to red carpet with him and Elizabeth, and it was a really incredible weekend and a great show.
Yeah, we have a memento from that you have framed him holding it up.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
The backstage pass that he autographed for me, and it was an incredible show, incredible weekend. Mm-hmm. And so then a few times when we were at Neverland, I've probably been there about 6 times, and a few times he was home. And one of the last memories I have of Michael was I was there visiting one weekend, and I went out to the game room, and he just happened to be in there, and I kind of startled him, and he was out there. A friend of his, a personal assistant Frank, had his niece and nephew visiting, and he was out there dancing and doing the moonwalk, and so it was really neat. Wow,
you got to see Michael do the moonwalk right there in front of you.
In his game room.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You say that you also knew his ex-wife, Debbie Rowe, very well.
I got to know Debbie before she married Michael.
Okay.
She was the nurse of my friend that's a doctor. Mm-hmm. And so I knew Debbie before her and Michael got married and had the babies. And
are you still in touch with her? How has she reacted to the news?
I don't know. I'm not in touch with her. It's been several years since I've seen her or talked to her. One of the picture you were showing was at the office, and it's just been a while since we've heard from Debbie.
So when was the last time that you saw Michael Jackson?
I guess it was at Neverland. It was probably the year. It was right before the trial, so it was probably around 2000.
Yeah. Were you going to be involved at all with the upcoming tour? I think you were mentioning something.
Well, I had tickets, and we were going to go. The show that I was scheduled to go out was one of the shows that was going to be rescheduled. So I had 3 tickets for the show in London, and it's really sad that we're not going to get to see his comeback.
Yeah, I think a lot of his fans, I mean all of us included, just felt that we were just so excited about this comeback, him getting back on top and really just regaining his rightful position on the music charts. Sure. And to not be able to see that, I think, is quite heartbreaking.
It is, and he was such a giving person, and as far as all the media about Neverland, it was a wonderful place, and he was just he really did a lot for America and for the world.
So you always felt comfortable and at home at Neverland?
Very much so. It was his house, and when you was there, he wanted you to be his guest, and he was always, one of the ways you knew he was home if you visited is if he was home, there was always live animals at the door to greet you, like an elephant or a giraffe. So if we got there and there was animals at the door and there was zookeepers there with food to feed them, we knew Michael was home. But if we got there and it was just the staff at the front door, we knew Michael wasn't there.
Now this T-shirt is a memento that he would give to anybody who visited Neverland?
Yeah, he would just invite personal friends and family to his home, and so it was his home, and it was a wonderful place. I mean, it did have all the zoo and the amusement park and all the things that people talk about, but it was so well done, and he was really at it was his home, and it was really nice.
And look at this, a daily menu at the ranch as well.
Yeah, there was 3 chefs every day, and so when you'd go to the kitchen, they'd have the menu set up so you know what you'd be having for dinner. One year we celebrated Thanksgiving there. We had Thanksgiving at Neverland one year, and it was incredible.
I bet it was.
So I got a lot of wonderful memories.
Did he have any favorite flowers? Any favorite arrangements from you?
Not really. I did some flowers at Neverland for the first party that when it was for Make-A-Wish Foundation. He opened the ranch up for the first time to the public several years ago. it was a fundraiser, so it was like $5,000 a couple to go. So Mike Tyson was there, and Chris Tucker, and a lot of big name celebrities. But I did the flowers for that, and then for a couple of years I did some of his personal flowers where he would send gifts or thank yous for people like in New York or California or places like that.
Well, Richard, I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing your memories. It was really interesting.
Well, thank you so much.
Time now